honest input from a hunter that used their product, and that's what I try to do.
Yeah.
So do we want to even go on that with my experiences with customer service?
Let's go ahead. I mean, let's hit it. 50 Shades of CVA.
Well, here's
We're not going to spend a bunch of time on it because we still have but let's get everybody up to date on where we're at. Let's do a quick little, let's bring everybody
synopsis?
up. Yeah, let's bring everybody up to speed real quick. Keep in mind, we're trying to be completely unbiased and have an honest platform.
Right.
We have nothing against CVA.
I do.
We have people here that own and like CVAs,
Right.
but this is a scenario that has occurred to a normal, average,
guy,
working, blue-collar sportsman.
Saves his money.
And I think people deserve to know how it's being handled. So let's bring everybody up to date real quick, and then for the guys that are up to date, because we've been getting a lot of feedback.
Go grab another beer.
On this story.
Here we go. Start
and
from the
then
beginning.
we'll bring everybody up to speed on where we're at.
Right. Back to the beginning. 3 years ago, before opening day.
Real quick, Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Real quick. I'm not.
All right.
So it was
yeah.
a brisk morning.
Let me know it. Just say go.
What'd you eat?
Go.
All right. 3 years ago.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's 3 or 4 years ago. I could check my receipt. I believe it's 3 years ago though. Went up to our hunting camp up in northern Michigan for opening day, firearms.
Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to pick up a muzzleloader. I've been waiting for a long time, so I went to a local store, outfitter store, and I bought a muzzleloader. And at the time, I didn't have much money. I actually put it on a credit card that had like 12 months.
Way too long. Cliff Notes.
12 months, same, whatever. I bought a CVA muzzleloader because...
As the crow flies, Ryan.
Right. I went to this place. I bought a CVA, bought the top-of-the-line CVA muzzleloader package with the scope.
How long ago?
Everything. About 3 years ago.
Okay. How long is their warranty for?
Lifetime to the original purchaser.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yes. So that was part of why I bought it. I've heard good things about them. I bought it. Went, used it that year, sighted it in. It shot great. I loved it. Hunted with it next year, sighted it in, shot great. I bragged to everybody about it. I thought it was one of the best shooting guns. I liked the trigger on it. I liked the feel of the gun. I thought it was a great gun. I said, if I had to get rid of all my guns, I would keep my CVA.
Wow.
That's where I was at. I loved it.
Strong statement.
Yeah, I really did. I liked it a lot. Then, now it's been 3 years. When do you take your gun out for the year? When you sight it in for the season. I don't shoot it through the summer. I don't know who does. I take mine out maybe in September. That's what I do every year. I'll sight in my slug gun or my rifle and my muzzleloader all at the same time for the season. I got my muzzleloader out this year.
He's banging on the bar.
Well, I got my muzzleloader out this year, and I'm sighting it in, and what the heck? I'm pulling the hammer back, and it's wanting to fall. I pull it back.
It was scary.
Yeah, and I mean, I pull it back, and literally, I'm holding the gun. I pull it back, and the hammer falls and shoots. I'm having a little bit of trouble sighting it in. The hammer and it's acting all kind of goofy. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I kind of got somewhat confident with it, but I'm not confident because this hammer is not wanting to stay back. It'll just fall forward.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, I get it cocked back, and I'm going to line up with my shot, and the hammer will fall. It'll hit the primer and not go off.
So
it'll dent the primer.
Falling at full.
It's falling, seems at full speeds, but it's denting the primer. It's not going off, and then I'd get it to go off, and it would shoot. So it's like, what the heck's going on with this thing?
Yeah.
Well,
not cool with a gun.
No. That's how my Model 94, my Winchester 3030, the way that safety works on that, the hammer will come forward.
There's like an interlocking deal.
It hits
it's
cross
a
bolt safety.
Yes.
On a 94 A&E, you got a half cock safety and you got a cross bolt safety.
Right. So it won't fully hit that primer.
Right, which was a huge
shoot around.
bitch that guys did not like about those AEs.
Well, anyways, I got my slug guns somewhat sighted in. I only had about an hour and a half to go to the gun range and do this. You know, I've got kids at home. I can't spend all day sighting in guns. Figured an hour and a half, 1 block away from my house was enough to sight my gun in. Well, I get home. I'm thinking, okay, I clean it all out. Maybe it was a little dirty inside. I mean, I do a pretty good job at cleaning my guns, but I did a thorough cleaning on it. Went out, same problem. Well, the next day at work, I email them. I say, hey, I bought this 3 years ago. I went to sight it in. My muzzleloader season's like, I think at that point it was like 3, 4, It might have been the end of September, for like 4 weeks away. And what was it? Maybe it was the beginning. Hold on a second. Let me back up. Okay, maybe it was okay, I know. It was towards the end of October. I want to make sure my dating's right. It's towards the end of October. So they emailed me, they're like, "Well, send it to us in Georgia. It'll be about 6 weeks or so, maybe sooner we'll get it back to you." I said, "Well, at that point, I would have missed my muzzleloader season." They said, "Take the scope off, send it all."
I feel like I've heard this before.
You have. So I emailed them again. I said, "Look," I said, "I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt in my email." I said, "But I bought this 3 years ago, and now you're saying I have to send it to you. I'm going to miss my muzzleloader season. I'm going to miss a whole muzzleloader season." And they're like, "Well, I'm sorry." I said, "Is there anybody locally I can bring it to? You have a local dealer or factory rep." And they said, "No, you have to send it here." I said, "Well, thanks. That doesn't help me out. I'm going to miss my whole muzzleloader season." And I said, it's a brand new gun.
Remington's the same way. I don't know if Winchester is, but I know Remington is exactly the same way when it comes to having to send the gun to the factory. They do not have registered gunsmiths that you can locally take your gun to. That's a fairly common thing. It's going to inconvenience you with having to mail your gun somewhere.
Right.
Anything like that will have to go right back to the manufacturer.
Right.
So what I did was, after about 3 or 4 of those emails, and I just kind of let them know how disappointed I was in. It was only 3 years old. I'm going to miss a Michigan muzzleloader season. I loved this gun. I told them how much I bragged about it to everybody. Finally, after the third email I mentioned, I said, "Hey, I know you probably don't care, but I sometimes frequent a hunting podcast, and I did. I said, we talk about the stuff that we use."
I'm glad you did.
I did. And I said, we talk about stuff we use. I said, we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. If we're happy with something, we say we are happy with it. If we're not happy, we say we're not happy. I said, I'm going to express how unhappy I am with the way this is taken care of. And I know you probably don't care. You're a big company. You might only lose one person from buying a CVA, but I'm going to express my dislike. They sent me an email back after that. "Oh, we're really sorry you feel that way. We can send you a loaner, and then you can send yours back." Well, I thought that was – most people are like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Well, I don't think that's cool that I have to – the only reason they did that, I think, was because I mentioned that I might have a voice that other people might hear.
Right.
I just didn't – it rubbed me the wrong way. I think that their first email should have been, "Oh, I'm sorry, it was 3 years. How about we send you a loaner to use, and in the box, send us back yours."
Or how about, in a timely fashion, get your gun into us. Dude,
2 weeks.
The fucking mail takes 1 day.
Right. I would pay out of pocket for express
2
or whatever.
weeks is
They said 6 or so weeks. So anyways, let me finish my story real quick. I'm trying to make it quick.
All right.
So what I did was, finally I decided I was going to pay a local person. It's under warranty. I decided, okay, I'm going to send it because I just took my bow out for muzzleloader season. I sent it to them on December 12th. I have a receipt for it. I checked online for the tracking. How long does it take? 5 to 7 business days to get to them. So on December 12th, I sent it to them. I haven't heard anything back. About 1 week ago, I emailed them. I said, "Hello."
Just so everybody knows, today is the 18th.
The 18th of January. So it's over a month later. I emailed them. I said, "Hey, I'm just checking in the status of my warranty repair." No response for a week. I gave them a week. I emailed them back again. I said, "Hello, I emailed you last week. Here is my RMA or whatever number they give you for our warranty." I said, "Nobody responded to me. I'd like just to know the status of my warranty report." They email me back and say, "Thank you, sir, for contacting us."
I love the typing.
"Thank you, sir, for contacting us. We just received your gun on January 8th. I already checked my tracking number, and it was like December 12th that it shows they received it. They said, "You're in line to get repaired. We just received it January 8th. So they lied to me on the email.
By a month, basically.
Dude, that's bullshit.
So
that's complete bullshit.
I said, "Thank you for responding to me very politely. I'm looking forward to receiving my gun back repaired. Thank you. Have a good day."
Poo on you, CVA.
So, I took, they didn't respond to my first email. And the second email they responded to me, they lied to me about when they received it. I can't wait to get this gun back. And I really, honestly, I'm going to take a loss on it. I'll sell it, and I'll just buy a second
And
bow.
next week on the Deer Hunter podcast, we give away a CVA muzzle loader.
It's an accurate.
we
It's top of
have-
the line.
Dan, I just want to present to you this fine specimen of a
Yeah, let's give
firearm.
this to Dan. Let's give this to But you know what like I said,
It's
if
just unacceptable.
this whole story could have been way different if they would have just provided me with a decent customer service experience. That's it.
Yeah.
And even for them to lie to me about when they received it that blew my mind. I said I find that hard to believe that you received it only a week ago when I checked my tracking and it was a month ago that you received it. I said, but that doesn't matter at this point. I'm looking forward to getting my gun. Thank you.
Just picture that old SNL skit with Chris Farley when they give him the coffee.
Oh, yeah. Sir, do you know that we switched your coffee for pure Colombian? You lied to me.
I felt like I bit my tongue pretty good on that.
Yeah.
And I just want this whole experience to be over.
Well,
and,
here's the thing.
I don't want the gun anymore. I loved it, but I don't.
And we're just kind of beating up Apple. Delegate part of your funds that you make off of people selling these products to having good customer service. It doesn't seem unreasonable to me to have a department dedicated to customer service set aside. You had a problem with that gun. Sending out a loaner, a gun that you're going to lend to somebody, this, all that, I don't know. But you could get a gun back to them in 3 days.
Right.
They grab it, they repair it, and they put it back in the mail.
Yeah, all that shit.
You're talking about a fucking week.
And it's not like a 20-year-old, 15-year-old gun. It was a 3-year-old gun I bought from them.
Right.
It's brand
with
new.
a lifetime warranty.
Right. He just bought this gun. Now he's missing a whole muzzleloader
That's
season.
what
Can
I-
you help
you
this
know,
guy get out in the woods?
If you're going to say that you have a lifetime warranty, so how long now has your gun been down and out of commission?
Out of commission? Well, I sent it on December.
Yeah, but when did
12th.
you shoot your gun where there was a problem?
I would say beginning of November when I went to sight in my slug gun and my muzzleloader.
When did you first contact CVA?
Immediately. So maybe the
beginning of November.
The end of the first week of November.
So we're talking 12 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking unacceptable.
They're supposed to be a hunting company. You'd think they'd want to have guys out in the woods hunting with their guns.
12 weeks.
Ryan, they're businessmen, all right? They got to make a
warranty-
living too.
Yeah, I know.
12 weeks to warranty repair something?
That's disgusting.
I didn't ship it out to the 12th.
No, that's
But
no,
now,
it's
how
not
many weeks is
acceptable.
that? They said 6 weeks or sooner. Now they said maybe, I guess, to adhere to their 6 weeks or sooner, they just lie about when they receive it. We got it back to you in 1 week. I don't know what the problem
Oh,
is.
hey, Ryan, by the way, man, we haven't got your gun. Are you sending that in?
That's
They're
just
just sitting there looking at it.
disgusting
That'll
excuse
get
for
'em.
customer service. It's completely unacceptable.
No, it is.
I've had a lot of issues with a lot of hunting products. I have. And I treat them, I'm going to hunt
We
with
know.
them.
We already covered all that.
Right.
But
As
you
long as your
expect them-
customer service is polite, courteous, they want to try to really help you out, keep you using their product.
Does
they
CVA
want
have
to,
an Instagram?
Yeah.
they?
I've dogged it.
Easy.
But
Now, what if you
I
would
don't
have gotten an email back saying, "We're sorry for your inconvenience. We really don't like hunters missing their season. Blah blah blah.
They have
But
15.
you're gonna have to go buy a new CVA." Not feeling good about customer service. You got a polite email back.
It could have been like warranty. 3-year warranty or 3 years and 6 months. So,
Yeah.
poo on you.
I'd say
Hope you have a great
personally
day.
that over 12 weeks to get a muzzleloader back on a warranty claim for something that has a lifetime warranty is completely
I have to
unacceptable.
go back on a lot, pretty much a lot of, I'd have to say 95%, if I'm being honest, of the stuff that I buy, I look at the warranty.
I hope
The reason I bought the CVA was a lifetime warranty.
No, I know.
This must be a quality product because they're giving you a lifetime warranty. Well, They took a muzzleloader season from me.
Just razzing you a little bit about your
No,
warranty.
I mean, I appreciate that. I do appreciate being razzed. I like it. But you know
tagged
what?
them.
This whole thing could have been
I tagged them in
the whole situation. Could have now they're gonna burn my muzzleloader, say they lost it and never shipped it to them.
and that's the thing. I don't want to like act like we're being dicks about it.
I don't care if I have a problem. I've said it a couple times. If I got a problem with it, they're mechanical things.
Yeah.
They're they're mass produced. You're gonna have your certain lemons. You're gonna have your certain issues with them. That is fine. But when I contact you, be respectful and do your best to take care of it, to make it, under promise, over deliver. Just try to make me happy. Have a good customer service experience and you'll have a customer for life.
Yeah.
You really will. I'll talk about Muck Boots. I'll talk about Alps. I'll talk about Onyx. All those companies, they were great on customer service. They were very respectful.
Yeah.
They went above and beyond. And now, look, they've got a customer.
Right.
Until, and I really don't feel like I'd have an issue with them now. I mean, I contacted them and they took care of me.
I'm literally committing hunting industry suicide right now with this entire platform.
Maybe you should.
Hunting industry suicide. Since when do we care about the hunting industry? We're just.
Should I just send it?
What's that? Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Should I tag them in this whole conversation?
I just hope they don't melt my thing in a pile of goo and say, forget this guy.
But you're not saying anything that's not truthful.
It's all true.
And
Everything
you're not
is
saying
true.
anything.
I've got no reason to lie. I loved them before.
I got no reason to lie.
All right, that confirms that I'm sending it.
I'm just being honest. I want to let people know that I'm a regular guy and this is a problem that I'm having.
Well, this just went out
Well,
to
for anybody out there, you
100,000
might,
people. So
you might be able to get when they melt down Ryan's muzzleloader for scrap, maybe your CVA will be forged from what the spare parts of his were.
Exactly. And I'm waiting when I get it back. I mentioned to him that the forestock had a crack in it when I took it off of the barrel. And I said, hey, I took a picture of it and I sent it to him. I said, will you guys be able to replace this? I mean, I didn't crack it. I don't drop my guns.
They're probably honestly going to send you a totally different gun, I would think.
I have no idea. I mean, I know
They
the
probably
numbers on my
repair
old gun.
1,000 of them a week and then just stamp it out and send a new one.
I know the number off of mine.
1,000 a week.
All
Really?
that
You
shit
think
is
so?
It's just cast.
That's a figure of speech, probably.
Right.
But
Yeah, it's just machine or CNC parts. All it is, just remove and replace. They take
Right.
3 screws out, take the worn part out, replace with a new one.
Right.
I just
Yeah.
I feel let
And
down.
the barrel's the only thing that's numbered,
So
right?
am I?
And the only reason they cared about me is
I'm
because I
not-
said I was on a hunting podcast.
Yeah, receiver.
I'm not
a lot of
online,
parts.
right? Like a week could. What? 2 days in the mail.
How about 2 weeks? Overnight it. Give us
I
ample
think
amount
you're
of time.
being more than
3-4
6
days.
2 weeks or so.
There is plenty of companies now that have like warranty policies that exceed that to the highest level,
Right.
where they'll send you, like you said, bow companies. I'm trying to think the one specifically that I heard on somebody else's podcast, but they said if your bow was to even get ran over, if you laid your bow in
On
the
ground
driveway,
and backed over with your truck because you forgot you put it there.
we'll send you a bow. We don't want your hunt to get screwed up.
Yeah.
We'll get your bow in. We'll get it fixed. And so, I mean, there's just companies that are doing a way better job nowadays. And I think the standard is higher than over 12 weeks to do a warranty repair on somebody that has a lifetime warranty on their.
I mean, technically, right now, if it's from the time I sent out, it's not over 12 weeks. I'll go back to that. But the whole thing, I guess, the reason I went with CVA, it's a more. They talk about being a more economical option. I don't know exactly how they word it. We can look it up online, but it's more the way they pitch it is an economical option.
$650 is not more economical. When
No.
you could have spent $50 more and got American-made Thompson.
That's a good point. But hey, this was a tough
Where's
spend for me.
CVA made?
Spain.
Yeah, it was a tough spend for me. For me to come up with that kind of money, I put it on a charge card. Probably not the most responsible thing, but when it comes to hunting, I'll have to admit I don't make some of the most responsible choices. That's my only weakness.
BHA
But I
rendezvous.
tried to be a little more responsible with it, and I bought one of those. I thought a little bit less. Came with a scope. It looked like a quality gun I had at my hands. So
Man, this
I
Hop
loved
Slam really brings out the honesty, doesn't it?
well, that's what you can get with Deer Hunter Podcast.
Yeah.
So that's my CVA experience. I'm let down.
It's
I'm just worn out. I'm
You
beat
want
up.
to do it?
Stand up.